Hello, I'm Natalie from Moonstone Publications. Welcome to this overview of some of the stories we've covered over the past week. But first, please hit the subscribe button and share the video with your friends and colleagues. Discovery Health has lodged an appeal against a directive from the Council for Medical Schemes to cease and retract communication to members about its contribution and benefit changes for next year. Last month, South Africa's top 5 open schemes made public their respective contribution increases. In a circular sent out in August, the CMS advised schemes against such communication before the increases had been approved. Sasria wants the government to provide an explicit guarantee that it will be its reinsurer of last resort while the state-owned insurer builds up its reserves. In a briefing to Parliament this week, Sasria reported its biggest pre-tax profit in its 42-year history. More than 3 billion rand, a huge turnaround from the massive loss in 2022. But Sasria will have to make a profit over a number of years to rebuild the reserves lost because of the unrest in July 2021. The FSCA is proposing to align the waiting periods that apply to microinsurers and traditional insurers by granting microinsurers from a provision in the policyholder protection rules. The proposed exemption will promote market development and competition and enhance financial inclusion by enabling microinsurers to provide affordable and accessible policies to vulnerable and low-income consumers, the authority said. Relevant study material and approachable lecturers are some of the reasons top graduates recommend Moonstone Business School of Excellence Higher Certificate in Short-Term Insurance. They agree that this accredited qualification has enhanced their knowledge and skills. Application for the first semester of next year are open. The rout in the global bond market since quantitative tightening started in earnest last year has reached crisis proportions, says investment analyst Ryk de Klerk. In the South African context, foreign holdings of South African government bonds have fluctuated, but overall there has been limited foreign investment. This lack of foreign buyers has led to a surplus of new bonds, which is impacting the value of the rand and long-term government bond yields. The global market is likely to demand higher rates for new bond issuances, given the limited capacity to absorb them. Patrick Stapleton, the former chief executive of the infamous Edwafin investment company, has been sentenced to 10 years imprisonment after being convicted on more than 140 counts of fraud. According to the Director of Public Prosecution, Stapleton and his son convinced factory workers to invest 11.5 million rand in the research and development of an off-road mining motor vehicle. In 2009, another investment company of which Stapleton was the CEO was placed under liquidation for non-payment of clients' investments. To date, no one has been held accountable for the 230 million rand lost. Where does commission and chargeable advice begin? Billy Cypher, the Chief Operating Officer of Moonstone Compliance, will be one of the panelists tackling this complicated issue during a breakaway session at the Financial Planning Institute's convention next month. One of the problems is that the definitions of services as intermediary and rendering services as intermediary vary greatly across the legislation. That's all we have for this week. You can read these stories and many more on our website moonstone.co.za. Until next time, here's wishing you all the best from the team at Moonstone Information Refinery.